Harnessing the power of the growing Latino Hispanic market, or as Latinos call it, the market, is really a challenge these days, but it's also something that's going to be a major powerful force in the media and in the world. And I've invited David Chitel. He's the CEO of NGL Collective, who's doing some amazing things in the marketing space and with big brands in the Hispanic market. David, nice to have you with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So what is NGL Collective? What do you do?
So NGL stands for New Generation Latino, or as we are saying now, Latinx Collective. And we are the leading independent media and entertainment solutions company in the industry. And we have multiple divisions. We have NGL Media, NGL Studios, NGL Social, NGL Live, and NGL Solutions, all of which enable us to tap into the community and help advertisers connect with it in a meaningful way.
And are advertisers receptive to this? Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Hispanic market has existed here in the U.S. for decades at this point. And so having a company that I'll say it's like an alternative company, if you will, like NGL, really gives them a lot to work with, to connect with, we like to say is the new generation Latino, or the bilingual, bicultural audience, which, let's face it, that's the majority of Latinos in America today. We definitely specialize in connecting with Spanish speakers as well, but our holistic approach is quite different. And as I said, those 5 different pillars really enable advertisers to connect in a meaningful way across platforms and devices and levels of acculturation, et cetera.
Now, you've created something called Hispanicize. Tell me about Hispanicize and how people can be involved in this.
Sure. So I wish I could say I created it. I am not the founder of Hispanicize, although I have a lot of respect for the people who did found it a little over 10 years ago. And last year, last year, it was 2019, but as you know, 2020 was a bit of a blur.
Big blur.
It's crazy, right? So in 2019, we actually acquired the company that was Hispanicize Media Group. And there was a variety of different assets that came along with it. We have another property called Hispanic Kitchen, another one called Latina Moms. So all these verticals, connecting again with the Latinx audience across platforms. And Hispanicize really was and still is the leading way to connect with the community through events. And what was a massive live in-person event, and we celebrated its 10th anniversary in 2019. In 2020, given everything that happened in the world, we pivoted to being 100% virtual. And we did it behind the hashtag Unidos Together. We were very much leaning into the pandemic and everything that was happening. And we continue forward here in 2020. We've really turned Hispanicize into a virtual franchise. So we have multiple events that are happening throughout the year. I know we're going to talk about our very special one that we're doing in support of COVID recovery coming up this Friday. But we also have events that are exclusively focused on Latinas. We have another one that is going to be exclusively focused on influencers. And we have an award that we give out called the Tecla Awards, which is for the coolest Latinx social influencers. And then we have 2 bigger summits that we do, and then smaller specials. We have a vodcast series called Hispanicize Hangout. So we've really, really expanded the franchise and leaned in into this virtual world in a big way.
All the things you're talking about, you must have a 50-story building in downtown Manhattan to operate all these things.
We had to liquidate that, though, last year. Right now, I'm coming to you from Puerto Rico, where I'm virtual. I'm originally from New York City, but nowadays you could work anywhere, as you well know. So my team is well spread out across the U.S. and even into Latin America. So, it's great to be able to be virtual and still be as much, if not even more effective than when you're in person.
Oh, it can be very impactful. I mean, what is your ultimate hope for all of this that you're trying to accomplish here, that you are accomplishing and that you're trying to do? What is the ultimate hope here?
Well, first and foremost with Hispanicize, as I said, we have a big event coming up this Friday, March 12th, called Hispanicize De Ti Depende, which is being presented in conjunction with the Ad Council and a group called COVID Collaborative, as well as AARP, who just came on to sponsor. And we're all about educating the community and putting out the best information available for those who are looking to learn more about the vaccination process. And we're going to hopefully dispel a lot of myths and put the facts out there and let them speak for themselves. We even have the great Dr. Anthony Fauci joining us in conversation with Paula Ramos, daughter of Jorge Ramos and author of Finding Latinx. Unbelievable conversation there. everyone from them to John Leguizamo, who's been my business partner, and he's an activist. Some would call him an artivist. 5 different essential workers, lots of different doctors and nurses, and apparently dogs are going to be there too, as you can hear.
No, they're already on.
This is the life we're living right now. What are we going to do?
Yeah, you just can't avoid life. But this is a noble cause that you are really underwriting here, and you're developing something that's really very, very powerful. And I think that especially when it comes to the news that we've been getting about the underrepresentation of the information that gets out to the non-English speaking part of our population, the bilingual, some of the underserved communities, they really do need some sort of infrastructure that they can wrap their arms around and really get some understanding.
This is true. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of mistrust and urban legends, if you will, dare I say, that have come up. Our goal with this event is not to point fingers or push people to do anything they're not comfortable doing. It's just really to educate with facts and science and people who know what they're talking about, and let people make their own decisions. And as we say, de ti depende, it's up to you to make your own decision and hopefully make the best decision for you and your family. And as we like to say, to get back to life as we knew it pre-pandemic. That's the goal, Latinos.
How do we connect? Where do we go? Is it Hispanicize.com? Where do we go?
Yeah. So the event is free to attend, which is great. And all you need to do, you can register in advance at Hispanicize.com. And then the day of the event, you just go to Hispanicize.com and there will be. You can join in. We have a chat that's going for everyone to join in, and really an amazing lineup of speakers, as I started to allude to. So the event will be approximately 3 hours Pacific time. It's starting at 9 a.m., 12 Eastern, and should go on for about 3 hours and change or so.
David Chitel, CEO of NGL Collective, Hispanicize. Check it out. Hashtag, it's at unidostogether.com as well, right?
Well, Unidos Together was last year, and we remain behind that. But this one is De Ti Depende.
De Ti Depende. We depend on you. All right. David Chitel, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.